Our feet are way more important than we think. They literally are the foundation for our body's movement. One weak link and everything goes to shit. Now here's what our feet should look like, and here's what they look like after wearing conventional shoes. Oh man, that's messed up. Well, here's how we can get back to normal by simply changing the shoes that we wear every day. In this one, we're gonna be talking about barefoot shoes and how they can help us relearn how to walk, making us stronger and reducing injuries in our lives. In the beginning, I'm going to explain how conventional shoes are messing us up and how we should be wearing barefoot shoes. Then I'm going to do a product review of this guy right here, showing you things like the flexibility, design, durability, and things like that. Feel free to use the timeline down below to jump around the video. And if you're new here, my name is Mike, and we're all about exploring how to become the healthiest versions of ourselves. All right, let's dive right in. So for starters, let's talk about what and why we should be wearing barefoot shoes. Let's think to ourselves, why do we even wear shoes in the first place? We wear them so when we step on sharp objects outside, we don't get holes and cuts in our feet. That was the primary purpose of them. But over the years, we've gone in and started to add a shit ton of padding and started to narrow them up to make them look sexier. And they've caused a bunch of problems. And coincidentally, at the same time, there's also been an increase in knee, ankle, and back pain. So let's really break down how the conventional shoe has been quote unquote innovated and improved over the years. So if we look, first we've got a ton of padding on the bottom, especially on the heel. So when we're walking, majority of the impact is going to be taken by that cushion part. But the issue is, none of the information when we're walking is actually going to our brain, or very little at least. So that mind to muscle connection is very much so lost. So the brain is gonna think, okay, drive my foot into the ground harder to get information, therefore putting even more stress on our bodies. Next, the raised heel here means that there's no zero drop. We're actually on a little bit of an incline, always kind of leaning forward, which is a downside because we're supposed to be standing up nice and straight when we're walking. These things are stiff as hell. There's no bending these things at all. Meaning when our foot actually hits an object, our ankle is going to be taking all of the impact instead of allowing our feet muscles to absorb and move around the object. Then finally, there's a narrowing or a small toe box. Our feet are actually supposed to spread out to give us more stability. Your big toe is actually supposed to be separated off, if you see this image over here. But unfortunately, these just make them nice and cramped, again reducing stimuli and proper movement of the muscles in our feet. And all of this added together is just pure neglect on our foot and ankle muscles, not really allowing them to do what they're supposed to do. And our bodies aren't designed to walk in these shoes. So because they change the way we walk, our gait, which is our natural movement pattern, is going to change. And we're gonna use various muscles throughout our body to compensate, to make sure we're moving the way our body actually wants us to move, therefore putting more stress on other parts of the body. Now let's compound that over millions and millions of steps throughout our life. There's no wonder why we're getting injured. It makes sense. And the whole purpose of barefoot shoes is to restore your normal walking pattern by mimicking your bare feet and allowing us to walk like we have been designed over thousands and thousands of years. And once we're able to normalize our walking again, we can see improved stability, better mobility, reduced injuries, more sensation in our feet, and better awareness of our surroundings when we're actually walking. And what's awesome about barefoot shoes is the ROI is huge and the amount of effort is quite low. All you have to do is buy new shoes and wear them like you normally would. All right, I'm gonna stop the video here for 1 second. If you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to like and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. All right, now let's jump into the Vivobarefoot shoes. In my opinion, one of the best barefoot shoes on the market at the moment. So we got durability. This thing is like ridiculous. I've been wearing it every day since July. It's now January, and I've put this thing through its paces. Usually shoes will start to wear at the heels for me in a couple of months, and I have to replace them, say after 6 months, but this is really going and it's holding in very strong. Then the mobility and like muscle benefits you get from these 3 features are amazing. First, it seriously is like super flexible. I'm kidding, like there's no resistance. I can crumple it up in my hand. Also, we can twist it in any direction we want. There's no resistance there. It's going where your foot wants it to go. Also, the toe box is super, super wide, so it allows your feet to actually stretch out like they're supposed to do. And then finally, there's 0 drop. So meaning your foot is completely flat on the ground, so your ankle is able to get proper mobility throughout your entire movement. And this all means that our feet are gonna have more sensation from the ground, allowing them to actually strengthen over time. Next, let's talk about pricing. Yes, they are a little more expensive than a lot of shoes out there, but the thing is, the ROI that you're getting off of these and the durability is crazy. They're gonna last way longer than any other pair, so I think it's a worthwhile investment. So now let's talk about design and aesthetics. This has been a really big problem for barefoot and minimal shoes. You probably are all thinking of those 5-finger shoes where you can see each of their toes and they just look so freaking weird and are not acceptable to wear in public. But thankfully, companies like Vivobarefoot have came in and provided shoes for various use cases, be it activewear, casual, there's even shoes for a little more formal scenarios, or if you're going hiking, they got you covered, which is nice to hear. Next, we have material. So first of all, they're light as heck, they're breathable, and they're also made out of environmentally friendly material. The company in general just loves that aspect a lot, and they're trying to reduce their environmental footprint as much as possible, which I'm personally really happy about. Then we have comfort. So just to clarify, you're gonna go through a 1 to 2 week adjustment period where it's not gonna be the most comfy. You might have a little bit of pain. Your calves are going to be on fire, but after that, the shoes are like honestly super comfortable. I've never had any problems, only maybe when I take too long of a stride, and that's my fault, and I immediately get feedback saying, hey, shorter strides, that hurt. And that will only happen on concrete though, by the way. If you're on like natural surfaces, that stuff never happens. Now we have sizing. So I made the mistake and got a pair that was a little too big for me. They have an awesome sizing guide on the website that kind of compares to the shoes you're wearing at the moment, and then we'll give recommendations. But I was wearing shoes that were too big, which kind of sucked. So I would say maybe err on the edge of maybe a little smaller, maybe one size, or worst case, the return policy is 100 days. So you can wear these bad boys literally for those 100 days. There was a different pair called the Geo Quartz that for some reason didn't get along with my foot specifically. The side of it would like rub on my ankle. I think it's just because I have weird ankles. Tell me if I have weird ankles. You think? I don't think so. Maybe I do. Anyways, I had to return them, and I think it was like 90 days in, something like that, but it was smooth, easy as heck. All right, we've got the last section here. So before you go out and buy, these are the things you really want to know and to think about. There's 3 of them. The first one is, these are really high ROI shoes. Yes, they're a little bit pricey, but they're super durable, and literally all you have to do is wear them like you would wear your normal shoes, and you get the benefits from them. Yes, you have to tweak a little bit, but honestly, it is quite simple. The second thing is, make sure to take it slow. As I mentioned, there's an adjustment period, and it's not gonna be smooth sailing right from the get-go. You're gonna get there eventually, but you wanna learn, one, how to walk first and walk properly again. Then you wanna start ramping up the volume and then start running, doing stuff like that. Take it slow, please. You do not wanna hurt yourself. Your feet are not used to doing something like this. And then the last one is we wanna focus on taking smaller steps. If we think of it, conventional shoes have, remember, the thick layer of padding at the bottom. So it allows us to take these really long strides because we don't feel the impact that comes from it. But with barefoot shoes, we don't have that padding there. So we're gonna feel all that impact, especially on an artificial surface, which is gonna hurt. So take smaller strides. To go at the same speed, you just gotta take a couple more steps than normal. That's it, but you'll get the hang of it eventually. I'm 6 months in and I'm like iffy. I still mess up here and there if I'm in a rush because I'm not used to going really fast. I'm the person that always likes to walk really fast, and I used to take these super long strides because I thought I was being more efficient. Well, turns out I was just screwing my body up. But now it's time to fix it. All right, well, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're interested in more content like this, check out my video here on intermittent fasting. It's a complete guide to get you guys started. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.